Hey everybody, this is George Brasher with Shakedown of Thunder Sports, and you're about to watch the two Irish brothers. Go Irish.
Tyree. Here's Tyree with the lane. Tyree! Whoa! Can he get there? Tyree at the 30, 20, 10, touchdown, Notre Dame! Woo! 98! Big ones!
How's it going, everyone? I am ND Sean 45.
And I am Ryan, Week Zero Productions Fravel.
And this is the Two Irish Brothers show. Yep, as you guys can see, Ryan is back with me to do the preview for Navy. But you guys know that we film both videos on Sunday. That's never been a secret. But as I said, Ben was at the Bears-Dolphins game, so he was not available. But he gave the blessing for Ryan to come on and do these videos with me. But first off, as you guys know, hit that subscribe tab in the bottom right-hand corner if you haven't done it yet. Make sure to like or dislike this video to help with the algorithm. Look for us on social media in the links listed below in the description box. And, of course, make sure you guys check out Ryan's page over at Week Zero Productions, where they have just released or will release
on Tuesday. Yep.
On Tuesday, which we're dropping this video on Wednesday. So technically yesterday.
Yeah.
A highlight reel from week 10 of college football. And of course, the trips that Ben and I have been promoting, check those out, especially with the Notre Dame Boston College game from Philly sports trips. That is limited time. So make sure you guys jump all over that one if you want to go. So with that said, Ryan, coming off Notre Dame's big win over Clemson, this might sound silly to say, but we have another challenge next week in the Navy midshipmen. And I know it sounds crazy, but Navy in recent history has kind of given us fits.
Yeah, they're kind of, that's a rivalry game technically. So it has a bit long history. So these games always go kind of weird. I know a lot of people are probably, we just beat Clemson, 35-14. So we ain't got to worry about Navy. The way this season has gone, you need to worry about every single opponent you play because you know what they said that we were saying that about Marshall and Stanford, and look what happened. Yeah. So, especially in a hostile environment at Navy on the road, that's an 11 a.m. kickoff, Central Time.
It's in
can't come out sleepy.
Baltimore.
Yep, cannot come out sleepy. Got to go out there and dominate.
Yep, I forget the name of the Ravens Stadium, but that's where the game is being played at. Yeah. We could easily have this video done right now, Ryan, by just saying, oh, Navy, triple option, they're going to run the ball. Boom, that's it. No, there's more to it than just that. Yes, this is an option team, and that option, it can give you fits if it's run correctly. And that's what Ken Niumatalolo, ever since he's taken over at Navy, he's had a little bit of success against us. He's beaten us a couple times. A few other close encounters. But despite the triple option itself, being one where you go on 8-9 minute drives, eating up a lot of clock and, getting 3 or 4 yards a carry and keeping that drive going, and where it gets very frustrating with the Naval Academy having a weight limit, they're going for the knees instead of, regular blocking because that's what they have to do. Mm-hmm. And so we're not the only team that's come out of this game in rough shape from playing this Naval Academy team. There's been a lot of others that have done so as well. And they actually took Ohio State to the brink in overtime a few years ago.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, the triple option it's one of those things where if you don't play against it a lot, it's something that could give you fits on defense. You got to have a lot of discipline. Have guys stay in their spots and, do what they're supposed to. I guess the good thing for Notre Dame going to this game is that they faced Navy a lot. We've played them last year. It's an every year opponent, so it's not like it's something new or we've taken a break. So I would hope that this defense, they're used to playing them every year. So I would hope that, a lot of these guys that are 4th, 5th year guys would be like, okay, we know what we need to do. But like I said, Navy is a weird team. They could lose 52-0 to SMU or something like that, and then play Notre Dame tough and come down to the wire. So,
yeah, it's very weird how that works sometimes. But of course, with the history with Notre Dame Navy, I mean, yeah, we all know the history. They helped Notre Dame out during, I think it was World War II, and they put a naval base on Notre Dame, or set up shop there, and that kept the university afloat financially, mainly because Great Lakes is right there, the base. But we could talk about the history and all that stuff all day long. But here's another factor too with this Navy team, and especially with us in particular. There was a former Navy quarterback, Ricky Dobbs, who years ago said that Ken Niumatalolo, he always comes with a special package that's only for Notre Dame, and you never see it against anybody else. And it could be anything. It could be a blocking scheme. It could be, an area where they're going to run the ball to, or maybe pass a little more. Who knows what it is? But it could be anything. But it's gotten the best of us a few times. So we need to figure out, and this is where watching film comes into play. What is something that Navy does that they don't? What's something they're going to do to us that they have not done to anybody else? That's what's going to come down.
Yep.
So with that said, we all know the basics here. It's a primarily running team when you're running out of the triple option. So, but I guess to give the passing a little respect here. So their quarterback, Ty Lavate, or however you say his name, he's their leader in passing, 787 yards, 5 touchdowns, 3 picks, which that explains everything when you're running a triple option offense. But their leading rusher on the year is Daba Fofana, and this guy's been a beast. 502 yards on 140 carries, 3.6 yards a carry. That's not the best, but he still has 5 touchdowns. And right behind him is a wide receiver with 406 rushing yards, but he has no touchdowns, and that is Mikael Haywood. And
yes. So yeah, and speaking of Lauta, I guess he got benched a couple weeks ago against Marshall whenever they played them, and so they got a new guy. I guess who's going to be the starter against Notre Dame. His name is Xavier Arline. He hasn't really thrown the ball much. He threw it 3 for 5 last week. Like I said, I don't expect Navy to throw the ball really that much. They don't. It's not like Air Force. I mean, I've watched a few Air Force games as well. Air Force, they run the triple option as well, but their quarterback is actually a threat throwing the ball. From what I've seen at Navy, they rotated 5 different quarterbacks. Neither of them seem to be able to be effective passing the ball. But like I said, they won't even worry about passing the ball if Notre Dame can't stop the triple option, and all of these guys can run the ball effectively. So, got to be careful. Got to be careful.
Well, look at all their guys in the rushing category. 502 yards on the season, 406, 309, 222, 191, 174, 138, 76, so on. So, yeah, needless to say, they love to run the ball and run it a lot. But we've known that with Navy over the years, and it's really pretty easy to predict how this game's going to go as far as, the offense goes. Every single play with Navy, line up, look over to the sidelines, wait till 1 or 2 seconds on the clock, snap the ball, pick up 4 yards, do the same thing over again. So it's a very frustrating offense to play against.
And the thing I think that's key in this game for Notre Dame defensively is we've seen it the last few times we played Navy when it's ended up being blowouts. The ball, you're going to have chances to get like fumbles and interceptions with this team in the backfield because I think it was last year where we got, I want to say, 2 strip sacks for a fumble, and then one where Jack Kaiser just ripped it out of the air on a late flip that he took to the house. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities for our defenders to get some, fumbles and interceptions with the way that they pitch the ball. They're going to put ball in harm's way. So Notre Dame's got to be ready for that as well.
Yeah, just basically on defense, just stack that box, force Navy into a passing situation to where it's going to come. But you still got to be ready for them to pull some trickery and pass when you least expect it, like on a second down or so.
I also would not be surprised if it's like a 3rd and 5 and they run the ball, but you also got to be careful if you're Notre Dame about, because especially like on the 3rd and 5s, I know Niumatalolo likes to, on 3rd and 5, maybe even 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, he likes to still run the ball, see if he can get a couple yards, and then thinks about going for it. So it's the defense has to be able to get off the field. That is the thing. You cannot let Navy control this game. You cannot let them take time off the clock, especially with the way the Notre Dame offense has been inconsistent this year. You got to give the Notre Dame's offense all the time possible.
3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. That's what the defense needs to have in their mind. And as far as the offense, do your thing. But don't get cocky just because you beat a very good Clemson team. You'll play angry like you're playing Clemson all over again. That's how the offense should attack this.
And Navy's going to come into this game. It's a rivalry game. They're going to come in this and throw the haymaker at you with all they got. This is their Super Bowl. This is their college football playoff right here. So
don't forget, this is a Navy team that could easily be 6-3 right now.
Yep.
Three of their losses have been by one score. Let me double check that. They lost to Delaware by 7. They lost to Air Force by 3. They lost to SMU by 8. So that's a 1-score game. And even Cincinnati, they pushed them to the limits. They lost 20-10. So this is a team that could easily have 6 or 7 wins right now. So let's not forget that.
Mm-hmm.
So with that said, Ryan, the most fun part of every video is, I always say, score prediction time. And since you are our guest here, let's hear what you have to say.
So because of both of these offenses being run first, I'm going to fully expect it to go that way. I'm going to say it's an ugly game, but I'm going to say Notre Dame wins 24-7.
24-7. Okay, we're a little difference right there.
Not going to be the prettiest game, but it's a win. So
yes, I think maybe there's a little momentum given to that Irish offense right now with how they did against Clemson, and the defense, they played phenomenal. I think if you can really focus on getting Navy into 3-and-out situations, and keeping them off the field, and you just hammer it at them, I'm going to say Notre Dame wins this game 40-17, and 14 of those Navy points come in garbage time. So maybe I'm getting a little cocky here, but with the players getting confidence, I'm getting a little confidence back too to predict some big games here, some big wins.
Maybe it's just that I just, with the way that both teams run the ball, I don't expect there to be a lot of possessions for either team. So that's one of the things.
That's true too. When you're going on 8-9 minute drives, that's gonna make it game pretty quick. And
what was it a few years ago? I think a few years ago Notre Dame only had 4 possessions or 5 against Navy in a game a few years back. So yeah, but that's the thing. When you're able to shut them down and get a lot more possessions, that means more points if you're effective. Yep.
So yeah, that it could easily go either way. It really could. If there's less possessions, like you just said, 24-7 could easily be the score.
Which I'd be completely fine with. That's still a 17-point victory. I'm fine with that.
That's an ass whooping.
Yeah.
If you want to go by points,
they would be covering the spread.
Well, I don't give a rat's ass about the spread, but I don't know. It doesn't matter. But anyway, with that said, Ryan, I want to thank you very much for taking the time to help out with the Clemson recap and the preview for Navy here.
No problem.
And this is nothing against you, but I kind of miss Ben.
Yeah, no, we all miss Ben. I miss Ben. I haven't even met the guy, and I miss him. So.
But you are a colleague, and you are more than welcome here, and I really appreciate it. And no, it should be a lot of fun down the stretch here for the rest of the season.
No, it definitely should. And like I said, this week's Irish Power Hour is going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
I think so too, and I think hopefully we have a lot more people show up ready to join in on the fun. So with that, everyone, nothing else left to discuss. With that said, I am ND Sean 45.
And I am Ryan, Week 0 Productions for Vel.
And as we always say, good night, God bless, and go Irish.
Irish.
Beat Navy.